Helsinki looked out the window at the mysterious island. From up here, it looked eerie, given all the stories he had heard. Why the hell did he accept this mission? He heard the stories, the strange tales of monsters and cannibals. He has even seen many distorted videos of creatures with many arms flailing about themselves, as though they had melted into each other.
Last signal was from 500 feet below ground. 7 months ago. You're not gonna find anyone alive down there.
Well, according to these reports, there are signs of life down there. Hopefully we'll find something.
So, why is he here? Well, it turns out Helsinki has his own demons with whom he is fighting. In his subconscious mind, I think he is hoping that death will come swiftly so the inner voices will go away. But, if somehow he survives, the $1 million he was promised would help make the demons in his head a little more manageable. Helsinki dangled from the helicopter. Why did the pilot step out like he was on solid ground? I'll never know, but he did. Helsinki wanted to laugh at the stupidity of it all, but he couldn't. The harness was making it impossible to breathe, let alone laugh. Helsinki watched the pilot fall and wondered if he'll be... Oh, my. Well, maybe he had a quick death. He hoped he wouldn't repeat his comrade's mistake as he reached up and cut the rope.
Now, who invited you here?
And so, after quickly composing himself after the accident, Helsinki immediately saw Kelvin laying on the ground in obvious pain.
Calvin, you alright?
What a dumb question. He was dazed and confused,
Hey, buddy.
but Kelvin was a little worse. So Helsinki assisted Kelvin to his feet. Helsinki couldn't get Kelvin to snap out of it. Not until he pulled out his wife's dildo. And there he goes, all better now. Helsinki turned inward for a moment. Survival instincts were beginning to kick in. It could be days, weeks, or months until help arrived. They had to prepare now. Kelvin would gather sticks, while Helsinki rummaged through the cargo boxes that were ejected from the helicopter.
There you go, buddy. Go pick up sticks. Okay? Excellent.
Taking an assessment of his surroundings,
Oh,
he
shit.
came upon one of his comrades. It didn't look good. By the looks of it, this motherfucker dead. There was nothing Helsinki could do now.
We were ambushed. I must investigate who did this to us and how many of us survived. they shoot us all down?
Helsinki continued rummaging through the cargo while also collecting leaves and junk for later. He had to shit and shit bad. These motherfucking leaves were going to come in handy. He thought to himself, I shouldn't have eaten Taco Bell before leaving.
What do we got here? Okay, good. Good stuff right here. Okay.
Helsinki kept an eye on Kelvin. He needed him to be okay. If they were going to survive until help arrived, he would need Kelvin alert. There were no bitches out here, and Kelvin may have to be the bottom.
Okay, what else we got here? Cereal. I love cereal. Soda? Excellent. No medication yet. Need medication. Not doing too well. Good job, Calvin. He's got a bunch of sticks. Calvin. Calvin.
Kelvin couldn't hear shit, and it took a while for Helsinki to get his attention. Once he did, he ordered Kelvin to follow. This dead-ass body over here was going to start smelling soon, and Helsinki didn't want to be around when it did. They could have buried the body, but that wasn't his job.
Not bad. Need to head out soon, Calvin. Here we go. Medication, baby. Just what I needed.
After healing up a little, they moved on.
Grenades. Like that. I might need it. Stories I've heard about this place. Man. Eerie sounds. What's going on? You alright, Calvin? This place is spooky. You sure you're alright? Let's move on, buddy.
They followed the river down. Suddenly, he remembered he had a phone. He tried to contact his commander, but there was no signal.
Shit. Signal.
Kelvin was visibly shaken, and he thought that putting an acorn in his ear would make things better, but it didn't. Now, he has an acorn lodged in his motherfucking ear.
This place looks pretty good. Kinda like it.
As the day was nearing an end, Helsinki found a place they would stay until help arrived. No telling how long this would be. First, he would place down a tent. This was proving to be harder than it looked. Kelvin was in another world and was no help at all.
Oh, shit. Calvin, you gonna help me or what? You're just gonna stand there? Jesus.
There were different kinds of fruit all around them, and Helsinki needed to taste them to see which ones were poisonous and which ones were not. They needed fire, and Helsinki was more than capable of surviving out here in the wilderness. Kelvin, on the other hand, was not. and Helsinki put rocks around the fire to keep Kelvin from falling in.
Storms are coming. The skies were clear a minute ago. I don't know what's going on in this world. I don't like it.
The storm hit unexpectedly, but they needed food. Helsinki decided to go fishing, another one of his many skills. Kelvin stayed silent, but played with acorns. While fishing, Helsinki discovered more crates. He thought it would be nice if the crates would replenish like they used to do in the old days.
Oh shit, Kelvin, what you doing over here?
Helsinki knew Kelvin didn't like the water, but running around the lake just to ask if he could shit was ridiculous. Helsinki said yes, and Kelvin ran into the bushes. I hope he brought leaves to wipe his lily-white ass. Helsinki waded into the water, honing in on dinner.
Must I do everything? There's one. Or two now. I'll get one more on my way back. There's so much to do, so much to prepare for. We don't know what's going to happen or how long we're going to be out here. So we're going to... turtle. We need to prepare like we're going to be out here for the rest of our lives.
They had to survive. There was no telling how long they would be out here, so Helsinki built a stick rack and began to build a drying rack. Whoops, this motherfucking plant is poisonous. Lesson learned. Helsinki will need to keep Kelvin from seeing it. Otherwise, well, let's be honest here, Kelvin would eat the plant. Helsinki thought that giving Kelvin a few tasks, he would be helpful. But that is far from the truth. So, he did it just to keep his dumbass busy.
Let's dry up some fish. I'll probably go out and grab another couple of fish, I think, too. Here we go, baby.
It was getting late. Helsinki was getting hungry. So hungry, in fact, that he would eat the fish's head and eyeball without prejudice.
Yeah, that fish is going to heaven. I'm gonna eat the hell out of it.
No news, no cell, and no hope. His anger shone as he wailed on the tree.
Let's get busy here. Let's set the foundation.
The sun was beginning to fade. Helsinki took what little time he had left in the light to begin to make a solid shelter. It is a start and will take several weeks to complete. Hopefully, they will be rescued by then. They needed someplace safe. The stories they had heard coming here were really, really scary. They were told of monsters and cannibals, and a three-legged woman. They swear it is a third leg and not anything else. Beasts lurk this forest, and Helsinki needed to know that they could be safe in a shelter.
What are you doing, Kelvin? Sniffing those berries? Get away from me. This is gonna be really nice. I'm gonna enjoy making this place. One of my many, many talents. You alright, buddy? You sure now?
What is that? He hadn't seen that before. Is that a cave?
Hold on now.
He took out the only light he had and told Kelvin that he was going into the cave. Kelvin looked visibly shaken, so Helsinki reassured him that it was only to peek into the cave. He didn't have a good light, so... Ooh, holy shit, y'all. That scared my ass. Let me finish what I was saying so I can go clean my ass. He didn't have a good light, so he didn't want to go far. Kelvin put another acorn in his ear. Helsinki told him that he would be right back and not to worry. Unless, of course, he didn't come out in 10 minutes.
I'll be right back, buddy.
Strange noises and vibrations were heard and felt as he slipped through the narrow passageway. What waited for him on the other side, God only knows. Only the dead seemed to occupy this area. They did, however, leave gifts of canned goods and raw meat still fresh from the frigid air of this cave.
Some good eating right there. Watches? I'll take it. Cloth and oh shit, a leg. There's dead skeletons all about here. I don't like it. Strange noises coming from the cave. From deeper in the cave. I don't like that either.
How deep will he go?
I don't know.
The narrow passageway loomed, and strange noises were heard up ahead. Something was out there. All the stories he had heard about this island must surely be true. He wasn't ready for this yet. He needed time to prepare. He needed a flashlight.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
The cave seemed to open up. It was huge.
Oh,
He
shit.
couldn't see much, however, and he thought he heard the faint cry of Kelvin. At least, that is what he is telling himself.
Better get back. I'm sure Kelvin is calling for me right now.
He thought he had seen a monster, and that is all he needed to think about. It was time to go, and to go right now.